Hi everybody, this is Dan Talks Sense, and today I'm going to be doing a review of the fragrance house Perfume Parlour. They're UK based and they do interpretations of designer, niche and also some discontinued fragrances. In the review today I'm going to be telling you my 12 favourites from the house and give you an idea of how close they get to the original thing. So if that kind of thing would interest you, then please stay tuned. First of all, I just want to apologise, I haven't done a video in a long time. But secondly, I just want to start off on some good news. I just want to congratulate Joy Amin on his 100,000 subscribers because I really rate the guy. I watch all his reviews on the way to work in the morning. I think he gets it spot on, and he's fully deserved to get his 100,000 subscribers. So well done, bro. Moving on, I just want to apologise, I haven't done any videos for a while. I work in education, it's half term, I've got more time to put these videos together, but I am pleased to be back. I'm going to drop a few videos this week. And another thing I just want to get out of the way, there was recently a video that came on my timeline. I'm on a number of fragrance groups, and there was one reviewer that was critical of Perfume Parlour. He was basically accusing them of being a fraudulent company, not very good customer service and being scammed, and I thought it was pretty much out of order. You know, Perfume Parlour, yes, they don't offer PayPal, but what they do offer is a refund scheme. So if you're not happy with your fragrances, you can send them back. And I've done that a few times. I've not always been happy with every fragrance I've bought, but I've always found that they've got brilliant customer service, because if you're not happy with a fragrance, you can send it back, you get your money back. I might end up buying a replacement substitute for the ones I don't like, but 90% of the time I'm happy with the fragrances that I buy from the house. I just want to say this though, not every fragrance that I bought from the house is 100% accurate. Not every fragrance I bought from the house is beast mode and lasts longer than the original. So I'm not going to be one of these reviewers that say it's absolutely perfect and the best thing since sliced bread. But I do rate the house, and so much so that I want to do a haul video, because I've recently bought a haul of fragrances from the house and I'm really impressed with them. So that's why I'm dropping this video today. I am going to start with my first one that I am impressed with, and this is Rosy Smoke. This is 0151 Rosy Smoke, their interpretation of Mancera's Red Tobacco. Now, if you've smelt red tobacco before, it starts off really rough with that sort of synthetic oud, but then it goes to the dry down of dried fruits and nice tobacco smoke with a nice vanilla and cinnamon as well. This gets me so many compliments. I was in Morrison's the other day in the cake aisle, and a lady said that I smelt delicious. It is quite expensive. I generally pay, I get parcels of this. I managed to pick this 35 quid for 30 mils, this, which I thought was a decent deal on the fragrance group I'm in. But I thought I'd go for Perfume Parlour's interpretation. It's a lot cheaper, just to see how close they get it. Now, it doesn't last as long as Mancera Red Tobacco, which, if I'm being honest, is about 24 hours of beastly projection. But with this would give you 7 to 8 hours all day, nice moderate projection. You will get noticed with this, and they get the scent absolutely spot on with this one. I would say you won't be able to tell the difference. The only difference, like I say, is that with the original you're getting 24 hours of beast mode, one of the most powerful fragrances in my collection. With this, arm's length for about 7 to 8 hours, but spot on with the scent. So that's the first one, Rosy Smoke. And the second one, which I think really highly of, and I'm really pleased that I bought it, is their interpretation of Penhaligon's Roaring Radcliffe. This was part of their portraits collection, but I believe that this has now been discontinued. This reminds me of spicy ginger biscuits. It's sort of in the same vein as Tobacco Vanille, but I prefer this one. It just reminds me of being in like a Victorian town, somebody with a lot of wealth. Just a really luxurious fragrance, really Christmassy, just really nice sort of gingerbread smell. Beautiful ginger in there, some nice vanilla in the base, terrific fragrance. But what I found as well with Roaring Radcliffe is that it was moderate projection for a couple of hours. Perfume Parlours actually get the scent spot on, but you get all day nice projection. This is one where it absolutely exceeds the original in terms of performance and projection. That's Noisy 1913. Definitely get your hands on this one. The next one that I'm going to show you is their interpretation of Jean Paul Gaultier's Fleur de Mal. I'm just going to put that closer to the camera to show you there the number. French Flowers 0581. I think it captures the soapiness, the white florals of this one. You get a touch of the vanilla in there. This is also very close to the original. The original gives me, I would say, 7 to 8 hours of really good projection. This is probably about 4 to 5 hours. You have to reapply, but it does get it spot on. One of my friends tried this on as well. It smelled really good on him. This is a definitely, I'd say, unisex fragrance, but veers, I'd say, slightly bit more to masculine in my opinion. Because it's discontinued, the prices of Fleur de Mal in the UK are astronomical on eBay. There was a time where there was a shop called Savers in the UK which was selling this for about 30 quid, and I just wish I stocked up on the bottles because it is a really super classy fragrance. In similar vein to Amouage Reflection, but I actually would say this is a better fragrance than Amouage Reflection, in my humble opinion. But Perfume Parlour French Flowers gets it very close to the original. Definitely worth picking up if you can. Okay, now the next one that I would pick up is Night Gent 1592, and this is their version of L'Huile de l'Homme. Now, in my opinion, they've managed to get it closer to maybe 2013 version of L'Huile de l'Homme. It's not got the richness of the cardamom of the original batch. I'm very blessed that I've got a original batch code. I don't know if you can see that close up on the camera. My batch code is 9BAD. And this is a bad boy fragrance. Super rich cardamom, super classy. With Perfume Parlours is sort of a linear version of it. It doesn't get the richness there, but it's definitely got that L'Huile de l'Homme DNA. It lasts all day. It does get me compliments, and it is a solid release. Like I say, if you're hoping to get the richness of the original batches of L'Huile de l'Homme, it isn't quite there, but it's close enough. It's there or thereabouts. I usually go for a bigger bottle. There's 30 mils in there, and I use this in the office, and it's a really solid fragrance. It's a nice release. Night Gent 1592. The one that I feel that they've got it closest to, and you know, fragrance for fragrance with performance and projection and scent DNA, is their version of Sauvage Elixir, but their extrait version. Now, this is called Sensible Elixir. Now, in my experience of getting interpretations of Sauvage Elixir, you're not going to get closer than this interpretation. This is wonderful, and in the office, my colleagues said how powerful, how strong the fragrance is. Absolutely nailed it. Some would be critical and say that when you're getting the extrait, the price difference isn't a great deal. But it is cheaper than the original Sauvage Elixir. And just a wonderful release from Dior. It's different enough from the original EDT. More masculine take on the Sauvage DNA. Absolute compliment getter, this one. And super beast mode projection. All day projection. Their version of Sauvage Elixir I'm so impressed with. So it's definitely worth getting your hands on. And the next one that I'm impressed with is their version of Tobacco Vanille. Now, this one is Leaf Flavour 0401. And as you can see, I've gone for a bigger bottle. In the winter, this absolutely delivers. If I'm being really critical, the clove in this can be a little bit too overpowering, and I don't know if I get enough of those dried fruits as you would in the original Tobacco Vanille, but for me it is close enough to warrant a purchase. Super duper performance with this one. That's Leaf Flavour 0401. Now, with the rest of them, in no particular order, I've got them to my right hand side. These are all, in my view, very close to the original, and definitely ones you should pick up. I don't want the video to last too long, so I'll briefly go through these. The first one, Eminent Wood 0223. This is their version of Oud for Greatness. Gets me compliments, really good performance and projection throughout the day. That's the next one that I would advise you to go and get. Mystery 1634, and this is their version of Enigma. It is not as close to Enigma as I would want it. I'll say maybe 85%, but it smells that really nice cola vibe to it, and a nice sort of smooth creaminess in the dry down. Almost out of that one. It's a very unusual smell, but I really like that cola vibe. I've got Tonka Cola, Hugo Boss Dark Blue. You can tell that it's Enigma, interpretation of Enigma, but you can definitely smell the difference in quality. But still worth picking up, you know, even if you just get the 13mm like I have. But their version of Enigma I personally liked, and I definitely think you should get your hands on it. Okay, the next one, and I am super impressed with this one, and this is Panthera. I think it's 1612 is rubbed off the bottle. Panthera, this is their version of Bulgari Tiger. Alexandria Black Panther, many will say that's the best interpretation of Tiger. But I haven't managed to get my hands on that yet, and hopefully I will do. But the grapefruit smells really good and natural, really fresh and clean fragrance, and it gets me lots of compliments. Really good projection performance from this one. Lasts all day. That is Panthera. We're down to the last ones now. I think we'll get 13 in there actually. I might have miscounted. This one, Card Wonder. This is their version of Louis Vuitton's Ombre Nomade. Okay, now with this one you get strong rose and oud in there, and kind of like a sweet candiness in the bottom as well. Very sweet, very luxurious, can be overpowering in the office. I have stopped wearing this in the office because of how powerful it is, and I'll only wear this in the winter. It does come across a little bit cheap at times, a bit over sickly, but their version of Ombre Nomade is super beast mode, and I do like it in the colder months. As I say, I'm not going to say everything is perfect. There is a difference in quality between the real ones and Perfume Parlours. But if you want compliments, you want something that's super duper performance, some of the ones I mentioned today, like Card Wonder, will last all day. You have to be careful how many sprays you put on. Now, Immortal 1871, that is their version of Elysium. I wore this in the gym today. Very green, citrus notes in there as well. I've smelled Elysium. I wasn't too impressed with Elysium, the real Elysium. I thought it was a bit overrated in my opinion, but for this it's solid to wear in the gym and stuff like that. It's very fresh, and I did actually enjoy wearing it today. Nice orange there, nice citrus orange. Do enjoy it. That's Immortal 1871, definitely worth picking up in your Perfume Parlour haul. So we are down to the last three, and this is Zagros 1016. And this is their version of Hasivat, which some people say is similar to Aventus. I don't think it is. Citrus notes with some mossiness in there. If I'm being honest, I find it hard to get around that mossiness, the greenness of it. I don't enjoy it as much as I do with Aventus, but it performs really well. This Zagros, their interpretation of it is absolutely powerful fragrance. You only need a couple of sprays around the neck. This lasts me all day, this does. It might be that I'm lucky with skin chemistry, but I think I got it pretty close actually. I was still tempted to get not only Intense, because that is a really good clone of Hasivat, but I think, to be fair, this will suit me fine, because I'm not going to put it on all the time. I actually prefer Ventus, but Zagros will do for when I'm in the office and in the gym and things like that. So nice interpretation of Hasivat, Zagros 1016. Okay. This is an extrait version, again, of Amouage Reflection. Now, I will add the number of their version of Amouage Reflection on the screen. It's been rubbed off the extrait bottle, but this is fantastic. White floral, super soapy, very similar to Fleur de Mal, but this is still in existence, of course. And a very classy fragrance. If I'm wearing a suit, I'll wear this. This is super duper performance, their extrait version. Lasts all down me, projects really well, and does get me compliments. So their version of Amouage Reflection, but the extrait version. Partway through the video, my phone battery went. I had to charge it up, and now it's pitch black outside, and that's why it may look darker in my front room. I have got my skylight here as well. But my last one, last but not least, Grandness 1492. This is their version of Louis Vuitton L'Immensité. I think I just butchered that title, but never mind. I haven't smelt Jean Low Immortal yet. Hopefully I'll get my hands on that one very soon, because that's supposed to be really close to the original. But this has inspired me to get the real thing, because it smells absolutely amazing. It gets me compliments. Moderate projection, arm's length, I'd say, for about 4 to 5 hours. But the best smelling fragrance of all the ones I've mentioned today, if I'm being truly honest. Really like this one, and that is the final one in my lineup of my favourites from the house. Could you tell me what your favourites are from the house? Which ones are worth checking out with good performance and a really close to the original thing? Because that's really helpful to me and all the other people watching the videos. Hopefully you've enjoyed that video. If you could, give us a like, subscribe if you could, that I really appreciate. And I'm now on TikTok, so give us a follow on there as well. Nice one. Hopefully there'll be more videos this week, and I'll see you all very soon.